Christian Watson might not have the big school buzz and quality competition to his name, but he has two things you can't teach: size and speed. Watson is 6'4", and while he hasn't run an official 40 for the combine or a pro day yet, he ran a 4.44 in high school, and that's just not something you see very often from a guy his size. He projects as an early day 3 or late day 2 prospect in the NFL draft, but he has that special physical combination that can make him a game changer out wide. As mentioned, Watson can straight up run. If he gets the ball in space, he's a threat to score. He has huge strides that eat up ground, and he slots in more as a boundary receiver than a slot guy. He can really put defenses in a bind. If you play him tight at the line of scrimmage, he can run by you, but if you play off, he's big and physical and a problem to bring down. Watson is just a cushion destroyer. Even playing 8 yards off, he's able to run right by guys. That speed is great, but you've also got to be able to use it correctly and run more than just fades and curls. And Watson still needs some work in that department and on growing his route tree, but he's definitely gotten better through his college career. He understands how to stem his routes and work the top of his routes with rocker steps, especially on those deep rhythm throws like posts or corners or fades. By attacking the leverage of the defender, Watson can open himself up and create space. The problem is, his hands can be a little inconsistent. They're mostly concentration drops, and he does attack the ball in the air with his hands, which are good signs. If he can start to win those 50-50 balls with his size and his speed, he can be a huge downfield weapon with speed to take the top off the defense. But because of his size, Watson does have a little bit of trouble getting in and out of hard cuts. North Dakota didn't really ask him to do a lot of that stuff and work from the slot very much, but it's a concern and limits his route tree. It's not the end of the world, especially when he's working outside though, because the threat of his speed helps him create cushion and space. In turn, that mitigates the fact that he's a little slower breaking down and getting out of cuts. And it's going to be harder at the next level to run guys off like that, but he does have enough tools to overcome that issue, at least to a certain degree. Watson excels at the vertical routes, and he can also snap down pretty well on comebacks or curls. Early on, he'll definitely be a role player in the NFL. He's not really a guy you want to throw out there and ask to be your number one in his first year, but he's worthy of getting touches and seeing the field. Christian Watson definitely has some limitations, but effort is not one of them. He's a plus in the blocking game and routinely hustles to be involved on plays. Due to his length and size, he's really good at fitting onto smaller defensive backs because he can simply outreach them at the point of attack. Then you see plays like these where he's on the opposite side of the field and picking up multiple blocks through the play with pure effort and hustle. For a day 2 or 3 guy, that's huge. It'll help him get on the field and will make him more valuable on special teams. It's also just a great display of his speed. He's cruising behind the play here, and when he sees the ball carrier break a tackle, he's almost 15 yards behind with about 45 yards to the end zone, and he damn near catches him before he crosses the goal line. It's a great illustration of what his speed looks like and the effort that he gives. Watson has a role in the NFL. He has some limitations that he'll be able to work on and try to debunk when he tests at the combine, but his size and speed are going to get him drafted. He might not have played at a big school, but he's got some big talent and he's got high effort. In the right spot, he can be an impact player and help solidify a receiving core in the NFL. Hey guys, I appreciate you watching all the way through. Make sure you drop a comment. Let me know someone, a scheme, idea, person who you want to see broken down here in the future. I'm also releasing a speaking football course that goes over the basics of the language of football, what techniques are, what alignments are. So if you're interested in that, check out the link in the description.